Hi everyone, Johanna here. Today we're going to do a yin yoga practice focusing on detoxification, hip openers, and twists. So we're going to work with the liver and the gallbladder. This means that we're working with the channels along the inner legs as well as the side body. So this is a perfect practice for you to do, especially now during the holiday season where maybe we're treating ourselves a little bit too much. All right, so I'm going to use some props in the practice. However, please listen to the modifications. You don't have to use props. You can just use pillows or whatever you have available at home. We will start with just coming into a nice meditation seat, cross-legged, or if you prefer, a hero's pose. So just relaxing your hands down onto your thighs. Let's take a moment to arrive. Closing your eyes. And just feel yourself rooting down into the space, into your body. This might be the first time today that you let yourself slow things down. Let yourself connect to the here and now. You can start with just mindfully observing your breath without manipulating the breathing. Just notice the natural rise and fall. Notice the breath at the belly, allowing the belly to be nice and soft. Notice the breath at the chest, around the heart, allowing this space to soften as well. Notice the breath at the nostrils. And then throughout this practice, you might deepen the breath just slightly, inviting the breath to flow into the lower part of the lungs so that we can begin to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, bringing in more relaxation and calm into our being. Now from here, as you have arrived, let's just start with a couple of neck rolls, dropping the chin in towards the chest, and you can move your head towards the right shoulder. And then continue nice and slow, 360 degrees, just all the way around. Just breathing here in a pace that feels comfortable for you, relaxing for you. And continue to just roll around. About one more circle on the side. Great, and then you can switch direction. Start to move towards the left shoulder. And then all the way around. Releasing any tension you might feel around the neck, around the shoulders. If you find a spot where you want to hold the stretch a little longer, you're welcome to do that. Let's do about one more roll on this side. Great, and then we come back to center. Lift and lengthen through the crown of the head once more. And let's open up our eyes now, see if we can start with coming down to the ground. So just grabbing a hold of your knees, tuck the tailbone under, And gently roll yourself all the way down. Now with our knees into the chest, let's make a couple of sways from right to left, massaging out the back. And now let's lower our feet to the ground. Let's start with the right ankle, just crossing below the left knee. You're gonna take your right arm in between the legs and the left arm to the outside, lifting that left leg up and interlacing your fingers now around the thigh. So we start with this channel along the outer track of the right leg all the way to the glutes. If this feels too much, you can lower your left foot down to the ground, just keep it like this. Or if you'd like to go deeper, you can also wrap your hands just below the knee, around the shin. Now as we're settling into this first hip opener, just mindfully observe if we can really settle in and find some softness, some relaxation here. Even though you might feel some level of uncomfortability along the outer track of the leg, can we still welcome and invite some softness? Feeling that we can invite this quality where we just surrender and let go into the pose. Plugging the shoulders back, allowing the back of the head to sink into the ground. Keeping the neck and shoulders nice and relaxed. And the breath calm. Feeling the belly naturally rising and falling. If you notice that the mind is drifting, wandering away from this experience, then simply come back to this gentle yet powerful observation of your breath. Now from here, start to lower the left foot all the way down. We will directly come into a rotation. So you're going to cross the right leg now over the left. If you need some support for your legs, you can just have a meditation cushion or whatever pillow you have available on the left side. Press a little bit into that left foot as we lift the hips up, twist, and then dropping our knees onto that pillow. Or if you want to go deeper, just take that away. Allow the knees to drop a little bit further. The left hand can just relax along the outside of the thigh and then extending that right arm away from you. Now you're going to attempt to relax and soften a little bit more into that right shoulder. Sometimes we might unconsciously really tense up here, lifting that shoulder up towards the ears. See if you now can just find a little bit of softness, almost like you're exhaling into that arm. With every exhalation, just feeling that relaxing a little more into the ground. Notice the slight compression happening at the belly, the vital organs. This is where a lot of purifying, detoxifying effects can settle in. Helping to squeeze out any sluggish or blocked energy. Once more, just allowing your body to soften. Notice if you are creating this unnecessary tension anywhere. Letting it go. We will take our final breaths on this side. Great, and now from here you can slowly bring yourself back to center. Lower down both feet to the ground and see if you can take them a little bit wider apart and just start to move those knees from right to left, making a couple of windshield wipers, neutralizing, releasing the back, releasing the hips. And just notice any differences you might feel between the sides. And coming back to center, start with your feet hip-width apart. Take the left ankle now and cross it over the right knee. And we will choose our variation here. Whenever you settle into a pose, it might also feel good to start a little bit softer. Just letting your body settle in, adjust. Practicing with this kind, gentle quality, feeling that there's no rush. If you feel like going a little deeper, whenever you're ready for that, you might just wrap your hands below the knee. Just like you did on the other side. Mindfully observing if we can relax, soften anywhere in our body a little more. And mindfully observing our breaths. Use your breath awareness as a tool to stay present. with a little bit of determination, we can teach ourselves to redirect our minds back to the here and now. We will take our final breaths on this side. Great, and now from here, let's softly release the right leg. Just let the foot come all the way down to the ground. Cross the left leg over the right. Push into that right foot so that you can lift the hips, twisting, and then letting your knees drop towards the right side. Now again, you could use a pillow here to support your knees if you'd like. Or you could also use the pillow to gradually settle into the pose. So maybe you start with a pillow, again, just letting your body adjust, extending through that left arm, checking the left shoulder now. If you can maybe soften, drop into that left shoulder a little bit more. Gently twisting our head towards the left side. And then if you want to go further, you could always remove a prop, allowing the legs to sink a little bit deeper. We want to explore and find that sweet spot in our practice where we feel the effects. Here we can experience that nice rotation for the spine. Again, this compression, this little squeeze happening at the belly. But also making sure that it doesn't feel overwhelming. There's space for you to just soften and relax. Taking our final breaths here. Helping to squeeze out, again, any blocked energy, any sluggishness of the vital organs. Great, and now slowly come to center. We will once more lower down the feet, and then just let your knees go from right to left, having your feet a little bit wider apart. Couple of windshield wipers. Alright, and now from here we will just turn over to the right side. And just like you're coming out of Shavasana. And then press into that left hand to come up to seated. Once we come to seated, we will take our feet together. Having your props available now, or whatever pillows you have at home. And we're gonna come into our first inner leg opening here to work with the liver channel. Here you might use a bolster, you might use a block, maybe also a meditation cushion if you really want to elevate this. Now, some of you might enjoy to just keep your forearms on top of a prop. If you would like to lower your forehead as well, giving your forehead some support, and if this is too low for you, a block or an additional pillow could be helpful. Just relaxing your forehead down. And I enjoy to really drop the arms, preferably down towards the ground, so that you can create this nice opening along the outer track of the arms and also into the upper back. So you will notice now as you drop your arms, as you come into this forward fold, that this is not only a great pose to work with the inner legs, but it is also a wonderful pose to release tension into the upper back and neck, and that space in between the shoulder blades. Check in with your breath for a moment. Again, just feel the natural rise and fall at the belly. And here you might notice it a little more into the back of your body. If you want to go deeper at any point, you're welcome to remove a prop. A big part of Yin Yoga is learning how to surrender. Learning how to let go not only in our physical body, but mentally, even emotionally, just releasing. Opening up to whatever might come to the surface. Continue to observe your breath. Practicing this present awareness. Just embracing the sweetness of the moment itself. Taking our final breaths now. Then slowly rise all the way up. Take your time to come to an upright position. And as you come upright, just hold for a moment. Observe and notice any shifts you might experience in your body. Any sensations right now. Gently open your eyes. Remove your props to the side. Take your knees together, and we will then come to our backs once more. So see if you can once more just tuck your tailbone under and gently roll yourself all the way down to the ground. And this time you can make a few sways from right to left. And then we're going to make some small circles. Just hold onto your knees, circling one direction gently, and then circling the other way. Now lower down your feet to the ground. We're going to work a little bit more with the side body now, coming into banana pose. So start with extending those legs forward. See if you then can shift your hips over a little more to the right side of your mat. Walk your heels towards the left bottom corner and turn now your upper body so that the crown of the head is reaching towards the left upper corner. Take the arms up overhead, grabbing a hold of your forearms, maybe the elbows. If this feels too much, just separate your arms. And then if you want to take this even further, you're going to lift the right leg up and cross your heel over the left ankle. Make sure now that your right buttocks is not lifting from the ground. Keep that nice and rooted. And simply bend a little bit more if you are looking for a deeper sensation. Now in this pose, I want you to really focus on the side body opening. And let's start to bring a little bit more attention to our breath. Not only to stay present in our practice, but also to redirect the flow of energy. The breath being very closely linked to the energetic flow in our body. So as we're settling into this side bend, start to feel now that you're breathing into the right side of your body, helping to nourish and refresh the channels on the right side of your body. And here we have the liver and the gallbladder residing. So feel that you are now washing away anything obstructing the energetic channels help to create a little more space, a little more clarity into this part of your body. Feel it happening with every in-breath. And with every out-breath, release and let go. Letting go of whatever is no longer serving your body. Now let's start to gently lower down those arms, walking the heels back to center, bringing your upper body back to center, and lastly your hips. Take a few breaths here and just notice now the different sensations between the right side of your body and the left side of your body. Beginning to observe the more subtle shifts, the deeper effects taking place. And then when you are ready, move your hips now towards the left side. Walk your heels towards the right bottom corner. And move your upper body towards the right upper corner. So you're reaching the crown of the head towards that direction. Lifting the arms up. And if you want to take this even further, then you can hook the left heel over the right ankle. Now again, just noticing how we're creating this beautiful opening through the whole left side. And start to feel the effects happening as we are consciously breathing to that space. We have the opportunity here to work with another important organ, the spleen, residing on the left side of our body. Creating a bit more space. Opening up these channels a little more with each inhale. Letting go and releasing with each exhale. Feel the breath traveling through the whole left side of your body. to come back to center. Lowering down the arms once more, unhooking the feet, bringing your hips back to center. And this time you can step your feet directly in. Bring your knees in towards the chest and give yourself a little hug here, maybe lifting the forehead up towards the knees. And again, just massaging out the back. From here, we will now lower down the back of the head. And we're going to come into one final pose to work with the inner legs. So take the knees now wider apart, either holding on to your ankles and allowing your feet to maybe separate slightly so your knees are dropping open to the side to create this opening along the inner legs. If you would like to take this even further, you can try to hold on to each foot using both of your hands. And lastly, if you're able to, you can even interlace your fingers and then drop the back of the head down again. So as we are holding on to our feet or the ankles, you're going to experience this kind of pull towards you. Feeling an opening along those channels again, connecting to the liver. Just like you did in the first pose, reclined pigeon pose. Just check now so that you really relax your shoulders as much as possible, relaxing into the back of the head. And just let yourself surrender and release into the back of your body. You might continue to work with this breath awareness, guiding the breath now to the inner legs. Breathing into whatever area you feel needs a little more attention, a little more opening. Taking our final breaths here. And now gently release the feet or the ankles. Let your feet come all the way down to the ground. From here, we will enjoy our final pose now, coming into Shavasana. You could, if you'd like, support your back a little bit more, just having a bolster underneath your knees. You could also enjoy a heavy cushion, which is a little more grounding, somewhere at the low belly. And then just relax your arms alongside your body. Maybe move your hips and your shoulders a little bit to really make sure that you are nice and comfortably releasing into the ground. Now allow yourself to just absorb the beautiful effects of this practice. noticing the quality in your body right now. The experience after taking the moment to create a deeper sense of connection and to nourish and refresh these specific channels. Allow it all to sink in. Now gently begin to move your fingers and toes. You can give yourself a nice little stretch to awaken your body. And then turn over to the side of your mat when ready. And slowly rise to seated. As we come back to a cross-legged position, joining your hands together in front of the heart space, and feeling some appreciation for taking the time today to detoxify, nourish, and ground body, mind, and heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this practice, that you feel good and nourished. If you did, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It would help me a lot, and also like this video.